friends, Rebecca here, the Dragon Librarian from Farmington Community Library, and Zephyr and I are here today to talk to you about a couple books that we think are just fantastic, but we're also here to talk to you about something that ties these books together in a very, very important way. So we are almost through the month of September, right? We're halfway done, a little bit more than that. Whew, it's hard to believe, right? And something that happens every September is a very special week called Banned Books Week. Now, this may be something that you have heard of before or maybe not. So Banned Books Week is actually an entire week-long celebration, and it's for libraries, it's for teachers, it's for booksellers, it's for publishers, and most especially though, it's for readers just like you. And it's to celebrate the fact that we all have the freedom to read whatever we want to read and that nobody can take that away from us, right? It's very, very important. Now, it's important generally speaking, right? But right now it's even more important because the numbers of books that have been banned in school libraries and public libraries is on the rise. Book censorship is on the rise. Challenges and book bans. Now, a challenge is a book that is coming under question to be pulled, and a ban is when it actually does get pulled off the shelves. So since 2021, the numbers have just been rising through the roof. And unfortunately, it is targeting a lot of books by authors of color and by queer authors as well. So what can we do about it, right? This week is to bring attention to this issue and to shine some light on books that have been banned or that are the targets of challenges, and basically to give you the opportunity to know, hey, this is what's happening in the world. There are these books that are being challenged or banned, and maybe they are something that interests you in wanting to read. So first I'm going to talk about a book that is about book banning, and then I'm going to briefly talk about a book that ended up on this year's top 10 list of banned books. So the book that is about book banning is called Suggested Reading by Dave Connis. Suggested Reading. And you can tell this is a really striking cover, right? It says, "What are you missing?" And everything else is blacked out. Really cool, huh? So this book is about a high school senior named Clara who goes to this private school, and she is a self-proclaimed book nerd. She loves books. She has this list of books that are her favorite books that have changed her life, that had made such a big difference in her life and in her existence. And when she starts the beginning of the school year, though, she goes into the library and finds that a couple of these books are not there. And she talks with the school librarian, who she is friendly with, and the school librarian tells her that these books have been put on this list of prohibited materials and have been pulled. And to even have the books inside the building you can get in trouble for that. So Clara is just completely astounded. She doesn't know what to think or do about this, especially since some of the books that are being pulled are books that she feels this personal special connection with. In fact, the book starts out with, on the very first day of school, Clara has spent the night before staying up all night on this all-night reading marathon because the new book from her favorite author came out. She's living the dream. I love those days, right? So this book has been pulled and she is just flabbergasted. She does not know what to do. And one really good point that she makes that I want to just read aloud from here is this, okay? "I never got how the adults at my school could tell me, 'You're a responsible adult now. You need to act like it. Come and wear your uniform. Engage in classes.' And then at the same time say, 'Actually, you're too young to deal with books about rape or kids being bullied or about kids being gay, the intricacies of the human condition and racism.' This ridiculous flip-flopping between 'you're just a kid' and 'you're a grown-up now,' depending on the whims of adults, was exhausting and infuriating." And that was something I hadn't really thought of before, but she's really right. We put so much pressure on teens on both ends of the spectrum, right? On one hand, we're telling teens, hey, you have to be prepared and come up with college entrance exams and be prepared to go out and get a job and this and this and this and this. But then on the other hand, we're telling teens, we want you to still remain, innocent, and we don't want you burdened by the world. But it can't be both ways. And she makes that point very eloquently in this book. So basically what she decides to do is she takes the books that have been pulled from the library and starts her own library in her locker and in a couple lockers that are empty near her. And she starts getting these books out. And at first it's just between friends, and then it grows bigger and bigger and bigger. And finally it comes to the point where one of these books is linked to a tragedy that happens at the school, and Clara has to decide whether she is enough to handle this, whether she wants this responsibility on her shoulders or not. This book is absolutely fantastic. I devoured it in one sitting. I could not put it down. It was just so, so good, and I really wanted to know what was going to happen next. So if you're looking for something to read during Banned Books Week, which begins next week, this is a fabulous, fabulous choice. Suggested reading. And the other book I want to talk about is a book, like I said, that has appeared on the top 10 list. So the American Library Association every year comes out with this list of books that have been tracked through data and other things that have been the most bans and challenges across the country. So this is a book that has appeared on this list, and I believe it actually was on the list last year as well. And this is Flamer by Mike Curato. Flamer. Now this book is, I don't remember what number it is. It might be 4 or 5 on the list. It's a graphic novel. I read it when it first came out a couple years ago, and it just blew me away. And it's basically about this boy named Aiden who is, it's the summer in between middle school and high school, and he goes to the summer camp. And it's him dealing with all kinds of things that are happening at the camp. The fact that he is getting bullied by some people. It is also about friendships that he's making, self-discovery, body positivity, but it's also about the fact that he is coming to the realization that he is gay and trying to deal with all those feelings as well. And one of the things that it says on the blurb for this book is, this book will save lives. And I 100% agree with that. I think that this book will make a lot of teens feel seen and feel validated in their feelings, and let them know that they are not alone. So I think this graphic novel is fantastic, especially if you're looking to read something for Banned Books Week next week that is, you know, maybe you've got a lot going on and you can't really sink into a novel right now. It's a graphic novel and it's fabulous, so it probably won't take you that long to read. Flamer by Mike Curato. Well, those are the 2 books I really wanted to talk to you about today in honor of Banned Books Week, which is happening next week. It is a very, very important week. If you're looking for things to do to help in these types of situations, you can go to the American Library Association website, or you can go to PEN America. They also have a section on book banning and censorship, and also just staying aware. The most important thing you can do is staying aware of this situation, and just making yourself knowledgeable about it, and supporting your libraries and your bookstores and schools. And thank you so, so very much for watching, my friends, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day.